emu ewo appeal sabero na wadru standard 4.
In Asamang, Ghana, as an Ashanti elder recites the tale of the life, Edmund Amawako begins his last day above ground. He has been prepared, laid in state, and had a wake. Now he will be moved from brass bed to coffin. But even this simple transfer is a communal, religious, emotional ritual. At the same time, people are gathering from all over the Ashanti kingdom for the funeral celebration. Funerals are a way the Ashanti get together and exchange news, a side benefit to community involvement that happens everywhere. Chairs have been placed around the town soccer field, a band is ready, and the Amawako family receive the guests and their money. Guests at an Ashanti funeral pay to attend and honor the deceased. Then there is singing, dancing, the presentation of gifts, and there is joy. Successful funerals must provide an opportunity for both sorrow at the death and joy at the life that preceded it. Finally, at dusk, there's what's called a lift, carrying the deceased down the streets where he lived to his final rest. For the family and friends of Edmund Amawako, it is an emotional journey full of anger at death itself. Right before they carried Edmund Amawako's casket through the village to his burial, a considerate family member told me I should probably disappear. "The men will be very angry," she said. "They may be looking for someone to fight." And because I stood out in that village like Moby Dick, I saw that lift from a very long way off. Afterwards, I asked a village elder why the men were mad rather than sad or joyful. Their anger seemed to be out of character with the rest of the funeral. "It is because they are very drunk," he said simply. In Ashanti funeral tradition, the family of the deceased is not allowed to eat for 3 days, but they can and do drink heavily. At the time, I thought that was a tradition they could just as well do without. In retrospect, though, I realized I've never been to the funeral of someone I cared about when I wasn't angry at the fact that they had died. Like everybody else, I repressed the anger, which made the sorrow worse and the joy difficult. As you've seen in Ashanti funerals, there are many opportunities for joy and sorrow, but there's also one moment where people are allowed to be mad. And that makes sense to me.